Okay, welcome to another edition of From the Bottom Up. And today, this episode features none other than Styx, Pieces of Eight. The album clocked in at number 6 on the album charts on Billboard, reached triple platinum status. It was produced by Styx and came out in September of 1978. Features 10 tracks here, but for the purpose of properly ranking them, we're gonna just rank nine because I kind of got, and as you will see when we go on, you'll see why and how I got it all listed here. We're gonna start off with our number nine though, and that is going to be Aku Aku, which is just an instrumental. It's got a spoken chant vocal by Tommy Shaw. Just nothing to write home about. It really doesn't need to be on this album. It's only clocking in just a smidge under 3 minutes. I just don't find a need for this song to end the album. They could have done something better. So that's why I consider this just the weak part of the album, and we'll just move on from there because the rest of the album really gets good, starting right now with number 8, and that is none other than the classic Great White Hope, which is the lead-off track on the album and features a lead vocals pretty much of JY, and then Dennis has the spoken intro here. Uh, JY wrote it, and yeah, definitely a cool song. It's not the greatest Styx song, but it's definitely a good Styx song and a great way to kick off the album. And that's what we got at number 8. Number 7. Now, this is where I was talking about. I've got the message, which is kind of like the instrumental part that leads right before Lords of the Ring, and that's what we got here. We're going to count this all as one song. The message slash Lords of the Ring. Dennis DeYoung wrote it. JY sings it, interestingly enough. And yeah, one of these group songs on the album that is decent, just maybe not quite as good as what we got going on after here, because it's pretty much all gold after this. But this is a decent song, and that's where I got it at number 7, The Message slash Lords of the Ring. Number 6, we are going with Queen of Spades, the co-written song by JY and Dennis DeYoung, sung by Dennis DeYoung. And a lovely song. I love the piano work on it. This is one of those great songs that very much kind of is one of the unknown, underrated tracks on the whole Styx catalog, really, for that matter. It's tough when you got so many good songs on an album because then there's other songs that kind of don't get the tender loving care that you might get on a different album. But that's what we got here at number 6, Queen of Spades. Number 5, we've got Sing for the Day, which was released as one of the singles here, peaked at number 41, and written by Tommy Shaw and sung by Tommy Shaw. Uh, this song would make its way back into the set lists sporadically throughout the 2000s, and once in a while you'll still see it here and there, but definitely a great song. I really like this song. Sing for the Day at number 5 here. Number 4, we've got actually the longest song on the album, and it only clocks in at 5:41. We are talking about none other than I'm Okay, which is one of the another one of these underrated songs that, you just don't hear. You don't see it live and you just don't hear it on the radio, sadly. But this is definitely another one that was co-written with Dennis DeYoung and JY back on their good old days when they were actually writing together and everything, and features the vocals of Dennis DeYoung. This is the third song on the album where Dennis is featured, and so he's only featured on the lead vocals pretty much on 3 of the cuts here, which is kind of low considering, usually he has seems like he has more dominance on lead vocal cuts on these albums. But this is definitely a highlight on the album. I just simply love this song. One of those great songs when I got to see this tour when they did the Grand Illusion and Pieces of Eight. Man, this song sounded so great here on this album. Um, so that's what we got for that. Number three, of course, is none other than Blue Collar Man, Long Nights, which was written by Tommy Shaw, sung by Shaw. It's been in the set list ever since the day it was written and recorded, and peaked at number 21 on the singles charts. Yeah, Blue Collar Man, definitely a true highlight in the catalog. It was the first single released from Pieces of Eight, and yeah, just a great song. So that's what we got here at number three, and then we're going to go down to number two, another Tommy Shaw song. Another number 16 on the charts. It peaked at, released as a single as well, obviously. Renegade, which has dominated classic rock radio all these years later. It's a song that's never left the set list. The band always plays it live. It always ends the show. Usually nowadays, that's how they got it going here. And deservedly so. Just a great song. It's one of those classic highlight reel songs that, you're never gonna not see it in a Styx set list, that's for sure. So that's what we got at number two. Number one, this kind of took me by surprise, but after listening to it, it makes sense. I've got Pieces of Eight, the title track, at number one. The Dennis DeYoung classic. Just doesn't get the love it truly deserves. I think I've only seen it live maybe once, and that was during that Pieces of Eight Grand Illusion tour. But man, just a great song. Definitely takes the top spot here on the album, and that's where I got it at number one, number uno. So just to give you a quick rundown, we got number nine, we've got Aku Aku, number eight, Great White Hope, number seven, The Message slash Lords of the Ring, number six, Queen of Spades, number five, Sing for the Day, number four, I'm Okay, number three, Blue Collar Man, number two, Renegade, and number one, Pieces of Eight. And that is the Pieces of Eight from the bottom up. Hope you enjoyed it. Let us know your take on where these songs fall. Would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and like our post if at all possible. We appreciate any criticism, comments, suggestions. Feel free to leave it. See you soon. Take care.